We wanted to move because my father passed away and my mother wanted to come live with us. And the house that we're in was probably adequate size, but we didn't think it was big enough for her and us together.
Yeah, starting on new territory was a good idea. I mean, that was one of the main things. Plus, you wanted to buy land and build a house kind of before you were like 40 or something.
No, we actually
had that in mind.
We looked at lots of farms actually. We were going to move into a farm, but we could never find one. Initially, we were going to build a Lindell cedar home, and we went down to Delaware to see the Lindell cedar home guy, and he was really wacky. Well, we had looked at numerous log home builders, and everybody has their own shticks. These are called D-logs. They're
flat on the inside and
right,
shaped like a...
They're a little more economical than a regular round log. We went to their factory and watched our logs being cut, which was kind of neat. You have to drill every log that goes in. So every time they put a course of logs up, they have to drill a hole.
So they have to know ahead of time.
You have to know exactly where everything goes, because the only way around that is to router out the logs.
Which is what they did in the bathroom behind the counter wall, because they messed
something up.
But even for them being experienced, there's still things that they totally missed, drop the ball on, and it was annoying that then they had to do it a different way.
Right.
But stuff like with the air conditioning system and the way the radiant floor heat was put in.
Yeah, and I mean, we have that was sort of at its infancy. We had done a lot of things in this house that, well, quite honestly, weren't done. I mean, our house is pretty.
Hardly anybody around here was doing superior walls.
Hardly anybody's doing
and radiant floor heat. I mean, it's done, but it's not super common. We've been looking at plans on and off for years, but then when it came time, it's just overwhelming. When it came time to.
Well, we wanted a great room with two different. Our thought was like we would be on that side of the house and Mom would be on this side of the house with our daughter, and that was sort of the general plan. You need a builder that specializes in log homes. I mean, the gentleman and lady that we bought it off actually manufactured the logs and was building quite a few log homes at that time, and he also sold log home kits to other builders. We started in December 1999. But this is how it looks. Not much got done the last 2 days.
Communication.
Yeah, builders pretty much are crappy and don't listen to home buyers. I was very fortunate because I was up here most every day and got to know most of the guys working on things and brought them donuts and beer and sandwiches and stuff. So I got a lot of stuff done that per se the builder didn't. They always say that you get it right in the third house you build, so we're not going to build another house.
Build on a third.
I mean, when we bought the land, I had this grand plan of clearing it myself. So I went and bought a chainsaw and I bought a skid loader and we had started and we got about 100 yards down 100 feet down the driveway and in months. And they came in with these big excavators and did it in, 4 hours.
Yeah.
They just sort of picked trees out of the ground and they had the bulldozers come in, and it was kind of a neat process. We had preformed superior walls done for the, they came in with big trucks with cranes.
For the foundation walls, yeah. When they excavated and we were asking about like trees being saved, like they said, oh yeah, we can do that. We don't have to cut all the trees down. But, like 6 months later, we saw a show where it was telling what you have to do to make sure you don't kill the trees, because if you damage the roots, they just start dying, and we've had to take some trees down that were noticeably dead.
Yeah.
The process started during construction, and within 5 years, the ones that had been damaged.
And they're still we're here for, this will be 18 years this year, and we have trees that are compromised now that are going to need to come down in the next 3 years.
Because of the construction. hasn't taken any videos since February, I can see. Here we are, practically all done.
There's a lot of things when you build a log home that
Or
aren't
particular.
right, because you have to, like a log home settles, so you have to account for that with the windows and stuff. If you put, if you don't do that, the windows crack and the doors crack and nothing opens, and the cabinets in the kitchen move and
So
fall.
they have to be mounted differently.
So everything has to have, curves put in them. And there are adjusters on all the beams. There's adjusters. So after a while, the locks, so then you have to turn them down because everything, it probably settles about an inch and a half. They said over time.
Yeah, but most of it was in the first year. That was settling, and you'd hear a crack and a pop sometimes. Right. There's some of the bedrooms now. Carpeting's in. Ceiling fans are in. That was Allie's room. There's Allie. There's, whoops, bathroom.
We had the choice of either putting drywall in the ceilings and, and in a lot of other things. And our first question was, well, what's the cost factor? Because I would think drywall would be much cheaper. But at the time that we were building, it wasn't. It was the same price. So her and I both sit there and say, well, we're building a log cabin. We want this little drywall. We cringe when we watch the home shows and they paint over wood. Because in our old house we stripped the wood.
Stuff that had been painted and stripped floors.
We sort of cringe. I mean, the other nice thing about a log home is once you seal it or stain it inside, you technically never have to do it ever again. Outside's a little different.
Yes, the outside actually is not a low maintenance thing. It's not like stone or brick or vinyl siding. You do have to do log maintenance.
I would be more hands-on than I was with the builder.
You were pretty hands-on.
I mean, I would have stayed strong. I mean, we had some questions about the high-vac system and things like that. And had we gone with the way we wanted to do things, it would have worked out better. Mm-hmm. Actually, it was kind of strange because we had a friend that built a log home, and we had suggested a lot of things, and they didn't listen to almost anything we suggested, and their house almost fell down. It was a very nice place to have. I mean, it was trying with Mom, but she seemed to like it here. I mean, it's nice and quiet up here where we live. It's a nice place to raise a daughter. I mean, the only problem that we had with that was, we didn't have any other kids around, so we were taking her around or bringing her friends up, which was not a problem.
There's pros and cons with that. Not having a neighborhood to just go nearby to play.
Overall, it was and it's still a good experience. I mean, we're centrally located to almost everything in our area, so if we want to go to that side, we're close. And, hopefully some doctor wants to buy it sometime.
Probably depends how long we plan on keeping it, because
depends what my daughter does when she graduates. If she gets a big time job and takes care of her mom and dad, we'll just sell everything with it and move a trailer in her backyard. I mean, I don't know about her, but I can downsize pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean,
our house is rather large.
It's more house than we need, and then as you get older, it's more house than you want to take care of.
Right. I mean, I'm all for downsizing. 1 2-bedroom and a 6-car garage with all my stuff.